Welcome back to the Seattle Seahawks franchise. Today will be a fun episode because we are going to take on two teams that we faced off last season. And if either of these games were won by us, we might have made the playoffs last year. Instead, they blew us out of the water. Another exciting part of this video is that it's week 8, which means the trade deadline is looming around the corner. And I'm going to make at least one more deal in the middle of this episode, but that decision will be made after we go up against Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. This team has remained intact during the offseason, but the biggest difference from Williams' first season compared to this one is that he leads the league in touchdowns thrown with just 3 interceptions. He is playing at an MVP level to start the year, and we want our vengeance after the embarrassment he put on us last season. They did make one big move, which is drafting Shane Barber, a pass rusher who will not play due to a long-term injury. And meanwhile, if you saw the last episode, we won't see Kenneth Walker as well due to an ankle injury. He won't be playing in this episode, and we will not be seeing his return until after we face the Rams later this season. The rookie Zach Ballard will have the opportunity to go up a development trait as well, and he's been a pleasant surprise this season, especially in the run game. So hopefully he can live up to the task of getting 3 TFLs in this game. But let's get right into it. We have a lot to cover in this episode, but we need to build on our 3-game winning streak before we go any further. As always, thank you guys all for your support, and please subscribe to the channel and like the video, as we'll jump into our offensive drive later in the first quarter. And a nice grab there by Kendrick Cook, who hurdles over a defender and takes this inside the 30. Kendrick Cook has been a pleasant surprise for a 5th rounder, as he will line up along Lockett and Metcalf, who is the one getting it on the screen. Good blocking as he will blaze forward to push us inside the red zone. Noah Fant is shaken up but would be okay. The rookie tight end McDonald will be getting a lot more first team reps as Charbonnet gets the carry and catches the edge to move the chains. The offense is rolling on this drive and well in striking distance. Here's a draw to McIntosh trying to find space, and he is taken down for no gain. He's coming off a big game, finding the end zone twice before the bye week. Howell gonna work out of empty on 2nd and goal. Scanning, end zone, it's a touchdown! It's the rookie Nate McDonald with this big time grab, and the confidence we have in this young rookie is being displayed. Just throw it up there and let him use his big frame to box out. Even Kevin Byard was draped all over him, and he just handed him a Happy Meal. Good start on the road. Here's the Bears offense, who we had a hard time stopping. Here's Swift, who catches the edge and opens up this drive with a massive run. DeAndre Swift was able to find the end zone the last time these two met, and he's going to be one of many weapons for Williams to choose from. But he's taken down here. It's R. Williams and Leonard, who takes down the former Trojan. Time to see what they draw up on 3rd and long. We send pressure, and Williams never saw it coming as Tyrese Knight picks up the sack, and a strong start for the defense. And this will be our first look at the Camryn Richardson set to return this punt, but Taylor will knock this out of bounds, so we will start at the 19-yard line and try to build on this lead. Howell was a perfect 5 for 5 on that last drive. Gonna be hard to keep that up, as Howell launches this deep to Metcalf, and he's all by himself. It's a foot race, and no one's gonna catch him. It's a house call. Touchdown, Hawks. Metcalf just blows by Tyreek Stevenson, and Howell saw it and was able to connect with a perfect ball. And Metcalf picking up where he left off from the walk-off touchdown last episode. Hawks look like a different team facing this Bears team a second time around, and a quick hitter is complete to Cole Kmet for a 1st down. Caleb Williams trying to get any type of momentum on this drive to keep them relevant in this game. Here's a deep drop. Williams gonna dump this off on the check down as Swift will work his way up for another 9. I'm certainly not sleeping on this team. They can come at you with 38 points in the blink of an eye. And what a ball by Williams. Dotted to perfection as they're inside the red zone. DJ Moore on the receiving end, and we didn't get a chance to see him last time because he was hurt, but he's making his presence felt today. 1st and goal at the 1. We've wondered if Williams will live up to the hype, and he's shown glimpses as that's a touchdown for DeAndre Swift, and that's going to cut the lead in half. No harm, no foul if our offense can remain hot like they have been so far. Here's Charbonnet, who makes a move and a strong carry to take them past midfield. Charbonnet will see a lot more time with Walker remaining injured, as this is lofted in the breadbasket of Lockett to move the chains. Howell showing off his change today with dimes all over the field. And a strike to Metcalf, and he'll pick up the first down, crossing the century mark in the first half. Moving the ball has been a bit of a cakewalk. Chicago rushes 4. This is thrown underneath to Kendrick Cook, who maneuvers his way to keep this drive alive. This kid has been so impressive. Hidden development or not, he's playing like a star in this offense. As this is zipped across the field, and Metcalf has another touchdown. DK Metcalf is on a tear right now, and it seems Chicago didn't spend any time watching our game against Carolina. He will beat man coverage all day, and there's no way for Jalen Johnson to keep up with him out in space. What a dominant first half performance by our offense. The Bears can only hope that they can put up some points to get something going for them on what's been a long day. And our defense isn't able to pick up the screen as Swift does a nice job there to convert on 3rd and long. We just hope that's nothing that this offense can feed off of to bring them back in this game, and a nice break up there by Tyrell Dotson for the incomplete pass. I just want to take a moment to say that I didn't believe Caleb Williams' game would translate to the NFL, but he's done a good job adapting and winning games for them. He's proven me wrong, and I'm not afraid to admit they might have found their guy. As that's completed over the middle to Swift, and the Bears are starting to put the puzzle pieces together. Ball now placed on the 22, going back to Swift on the ground. He's blasted, but the ball comes out. Picked up by Derek Holm, we come away with the takeaway. It's the rookie Cameron Tucker who lays the hammer, and he's known for his big hits in college, and his game certainly translated well to the NFL level. As Howell will open up the drive with another pass to Metcalf. Who else is it gonna be as he has another massive gain, and they're in Bears territory again. A $138 from Metcalf through the air. Here's Charbonnet through the ground, and a strong run to propel them to the 12. Not much of a running game today since we have been dissecting this defense with our passing attack. As this is fired across to Cook, and he'll use a flurry of moves as he has served us well in this game. It's just an entirely new team playing in recent weeks, and they're close to finishing this one off. Howell trying to hit the dagger, but it's checked down to AJ Barner, and they just add 3 more to their lead. The Bears are going to need a miracle with 6 minutes to go. This has been another impressive outing by our defense once again, and this was no easy task going up against a quarterback leading the league in touchdowns thrown, as DJ Moore is wrapped up for a 3rd and long. But the biggest improvement is not allowing the explosive plays that we're so accustomed to. And just as I say that, he finds Odunze and he will sprint his way straight to the end zone. Rome Odunze gets his 3rd touchdown against us in 2 games, and this was a congested defense that caused Odunze to spring free. And once you miss a step on him, there's no chance of catching up. All we need to do now is protect the ball and let the clock take its course. Keeping it on the ground is our offensive identity, as they'll throw here on 3rd down, and Charbonnet will pick up the first. Bears only have a timeout left, so a first down will win the game, but Charbonnet will have an open lane up the middle, and that will be the dagger. Zach Charbonnet will finish us off, and we have taken out our vengeance on the Chicago Bears. And we did it with style, as our defense holds Caleb Williams, the early MVP candidate, to just 14 points, and we have come away with 4 straight wins since starting 0-3. Just an excellent game on both sides of the ball, and we were dominant throughout. Once we took the lead, there was just no turning back, and we just continued to push the gas pedal and walk away with a big-time victory. Player of the game for me was actually Cameron Tucker, because the forced fumble really put the lid over any Bears comeback attempt, and he's played really well since we moved him from free safety to strong. He was also revealed to be a star development player, but if he continues this type of play he's been on, I wouldn't be surprised if this young safety out of Texas runs away with the Rookie of the Year award. But before we jump into our next game, we have some other things to cover. We also have the reveal of Demarius Golson, who somehow only has star development. That's quite a disappointment, because if anyone I felt was a surefire superstar, it would be him. He's still our best offensive lineman and one of the best in the league. In fact, we were so confident in his ability, we started him at left tackle. And we are going to make that permanent today, because at this trade deadline, we will be trading away Charles Cross. It's a house rule of mine to not re-sign anyone with red or lower interest bar, and he has no desire to come back, and this may be the best way to get some value for him since we are confident in the rookie. We are currently playing well, so I don't want to blow up the team, but a young premier left tackle is intriguing for anyone who has interest, and I think this will help us in the long run. We have been in discussions with the Dolphins, and we have finally agreed on a deal. It's Charles Cross for a 3rd round pick and Keanu Neal. This pick will be conditional. If Cross re-signs with the Dolphins, then we keep this pick, but if he tests free agency, then this will be a 4th round pick. Keanu Neal was thrown in the deal for financial purposes, but we will cut him to find a new home, and we will use the extra roster spot on one of our practice squad players. This is Junior Bates, a 22-year-old rookie out of Illinois State. I want us to have 3 running backs with Walker currently being out, and Bates will see some action since he is currently the best pass-catching back out of our running back room. With our recent personnel changes, I'm going to switch us to a vertical power run. We will still run east to west, but I want to fit our linemen to their strengths and help their development grow faster in the process. We'll continue to move on with this episode, and can we go 2 for 2 in our revenge tour? The next team we'll take on is the Atlanta Falcons, who also gave us a tough time the last time we faced off. However, these are 2 now very different teams. Geno was a starting quarterback during that time, and Kirk Cousins decided to retire this past offseason. So this is why I personally didn't think it was a crazy decision when the Falcons went on to pick Michael Penix with the 8th overall pick. Because if Kirk Cousins does retire or suffer a major injury, you now have a potential quarterback who's well in position to help this team while learning under his leadership. Michael Penix will be playing us in a place where he was very familiar with in the state of Washington, and he was 1 win away from delivering a national championship in college, and we'll see if we can slow down this homecoming. Another bone to pick with this team is Drake London. He made Devin Witherspoon run in circles last time, and I believe with how our defense has been playing, we are more locked in on figuring out how to stop him. But we will trust the process and continue the hot streak we've been on, and put it all out there and try to extend this to a 5-game winning streak. Seattle will start with the football, and Howell will check it down to Charbonnet, but well short of the marker, so the Falcons will lead us to the early 3 and out. Michael Dixon didn't see much action against the Bears, but he's going to have to get loose here in the early contest as he drives this deep to the Falcons, and the special teams will have them start at the 31-yard line. Michael Penix back to the state that rejuvenated his college career and looking to put on a show in front of his former fans. He opens up the drive with a handoff to Bijan Robinson, and a solid run gets tackled down for a gain of 9 by Cameron Tucker, as Caleb McGarry is having a tough time putting weight on his leg, so he will leave this game early. Maybe we can get the pass rush going now against the lefty, as the bullet pass is broken up by Tyrell Dotson. He's got a tough matchup today against Kyle Pitts, but he holds down the fort for the moment, as Robinson will get enough for the first down. Tyler Algier is now in the backfield and a reliable number 2 option for Bijan, as Penix goes his direction on the check down, and a nice tackle there by Tyrese Knight. The knee hit the ground, so it'll be 2nd down. They're not shy of letting Penix go out there and sling it at the moment, but they do go on the ground now as Algier finds the open space. Love can't bring him down, and it's a touchdown! What a powerful run that opens up the board for Atlanta, as this was all Tyler Algier out in the open space. Beast mode type stiff arm on Nehemiah Pritchett, and just a strong will of not wanting to go down and accelerating at the highest level. Atlanta may be 1-7 on the year, but we cannot underestimate how much firepower they have on their offense, and Charbonnet's tough day on the ground just got tougher as he is slow to get up. And that means this is where I want to see what the rookie Junior Bates can do. He's currently lined up in the pistol, and he will get his first carry, and he'll pick up a couple to get his young career going for the rookie out of Illinois State. He's going to motion his way to the left as the screen is thrown to the right to McIntosh, and he's got space running towards the sidelines and picking up a new fresh set of downs. It's all hands on deck today with the few injuries we're dealing with, as the rookie now has his first reception and a first down. This is quite a surprise. I only signed him just in case of emergency, and the kid is trying to make the most out of it as he picks up another 2. Motioning across the field here is Cook on 3rd down as they look to pick this up. And the throw is incomplete. Pass intended for Tyler Lockett. It won't be a touchdown, but they do get on the board. Kind of odd to see our offense off to a slow start after the outing we just had against the Bears, as this is lofted into the arms of London. He does it again. out in the open field and finally taken down. His first catch goes for 46, and I don't know why he is Devin Witherspoon's kryptonite, but he is consistently making these big plays against him, and once again making him look really silly. First quarter winding down and they still decide to snap it. Penix working the pocket, avoids the pressure and has Robinson, who blazes right in for the end zone. What a play by the Falcons, and it was finished off by Bijan. Michael Penix showing off his elusiveness, avoiding Owusu's sack, and delivers a crossbody strike to Bijan, and just no chance for the vet Bobby Wagner. Falcons 2 for 2 on their opening drives with touchdowns. Meanwhile, we're averaging 1 point per drive. Here's Lockett. Finds a crease at the third level, and what a burst by the 32-year-old Lockett across to Falcons territory. Lockett's determination is what makes us love him so much. Here's Charbonnet showing some heart as he picks up the first, returning from his injury earlier. But here's a 3rd and long, and the throw is batted down. So 2 trips in Atlanta territory and 2 field goals to show for it. We're not going to beat a lot of teams with just field goals and giving up touchdowns. Meanwhile, the Falcons are looking for more as the screen pass is dumped off to Kyle Pitts, and he picks up 8. The tackle is by Julian Love, who's trying to have a much better second half of the season, as Bijan will sift through the congested space for another first down. Ball now placed at the 22. Seattle rushes 4. Penix zips it over the middle, and it's intercepted. Tyrell Dotson picks up his 2nd of the year, and it's going to be a decent return back across midfield and pushed out of bounds. What a momentum shifter. This was just a poor read by Penix. He anticipated Darnell Mooney to be open over the middle, and he never saw Dotson sitting the whole way through. Tyrell Dotson has earned every penny since we re-signed him this past offseason, and it gives us a chance to respond. But Howell gives the ball right back. It's intercepted by Mapu. We take 1 step forward and 3 steps back. And here Howell did have Metcalf open right there, but he held the ball too long, and by the time he threw it, Mapu was already licking his chops, and the throw wasn't even close. Just a disappointing performance by our offense as we jump into the second half, as Penix lofts us to the outside and London will add to his big day. We have to find some way to add pressure on Penix as he reads the blitz and rolls out of the pocket. It's going to be a huge gain through the scramble, and are we sure that doesn't say Vic on the back of that jersey? He's beating everything we're throwing at him and the kitchen sink. And he has a wide open man downfield. This time to the rookie superstar Darryl McCree, as if they needed more playmakers on this field. 1st and goal. Our defense has been solid in these situations as of late, but today it's Penix's breakout game. As of now, it's considered a touchdown to Kyle Pitts pending on the flag. And it's going to be roughing the passer. And on second look, it was a clean pocket, but you can see Williams hit him high and late, so no argument for me here. They keep scoring touchdowns, and we have a mere 6 points, as Metcalf will get us going with a first down. DK is a catch away from tying the amount of points we have, as the rookie Bates has the biggest run of his career, and it's been an impressive debut for Junior. We definitely needed some kind of spark, and the kid from Illinois State is certainly making some noise, as he has another burst up the middle, and he's feeling it on this drive. Ball placed at the 11. It's McIntosh trying to pick up their first touchdown. Big collision, and he'll be a yard shy. So we'll have to wait a little longer for the coveted score. But it's the rookie Bates who pushes us through. Junior Bates just got called up from the practice squad, and he's already winning the fans over with this valiant effort. After all that's happened, it's just a 1-possession game, as Ballard brings down Robinson for a tackle for loss. Could have used that during his breakout challenge, as Penix fires a deep ball, and it's hauled in again by Drake London. We have no answers for him, it's as simple as that. All of their superstars have come out to play today, and now a one-handed grab by Pitts, and at this point they're just showing off. New fresh set of downs has them at the 23. Penix feels the heat, and the pressure gets to him this time. Leonard Williams makes up for the penalty earlier, and best case scenario for us is forcing them to a long field goal attempt. More interior pressure, and Penix will wisely toss this away. Younghoe Koo will try to bring this back to a 2-possession game, and the 46-yarder is a piece of cake for him. Down by 11, and we're going to see if this offense has what it takes to mount a comeback again, as Charbonnet lays it all on the field with that run, and that's what we're going to need to get this fourth quarter going. How about a screen? It goes to Bates, who gets a block from Gregory, and he will make this third down more manageable. Needing to get to the 31, Howell working from empty and hooks up with Lockett for the first down, and we're going to need him to be a key factor if we want this drive to finish in the end zone. Now a deep drop, taking a shot towards the fade, and a diving catch by Lockett. What an incredible ball, but look at this catch by Lockett to bring them inside the 5. Bates now in the backfield, but it's a screen to Cook, and the other Bates can't get to him, and it's a touchdown. That drive is what we're more familiar with lately, and I'm glad we're able to cut the lead again. And I can't express how much I've seen Kendrick Cook grow lately. The rookie continues to show up and show out. Now 4:45 left of the game, and Atlanta's trying to put the cherry on top. And they just might. It's another big catch and gain by the rookie McCree. And at this point, we can only hope that this ends in a field goal to give us a shot. A handoff to Robinson, and he nearly calls game, but luckily the tackle was made by Tucker at the 1-yard line. Algier in the backfield. Seattle pinches their line, and Penix is sacked again. He held the ball too long, and Tyrell Dotson was not having it. He got a pick and a sack today, but more importantly is getting the win, as Penix rolls out again, and Tucker will wrap him up, so they do manage to keep it an 8-point game. We'll pick this up on third down for Seattle. We love running screens in this situation, but the ball doesn't get to Bates as we reach the final 2 minutes and fourth down. This to keep the game alive. Blitz on the blind side, and the throw to Fant is off the mark. Watching film is the worst part. Kendrick Cook on this play had no one around him at all, and we simply just missed him. Otherwise, this could have been a touchdown, but instead, Penix can end it here with a first down, as he wildly rips this and connects with Pitts, and that will be the game. Tough game and not one of our best performances, as Penix will take the knee. And that will do it here at home. We shot ourselves in the foot for having a stagnant offense to start, and it was just too much for this team to pull themselves together out of that hole. Howell had a very mediocre game, and honestly, there were some throws today that were very questionable about his accuracy. The run game was shut down for the most part, but I don't want to minimize what we just saw out of Junior Bates today. He was amazing, and he will see a lot more time going forward. And the receiving game was led out by Metcalf and Lockett, but throughout this game, it was just tough to stretch the field against this Falcons defense. Our defense, on the other hand, played well enough to keep us lingering around, but it felt like we were anticipating for them to make the major play, especially from guys like Witherspoon or Byron Murphy. We did have a great game by Tyrell Dotson, but it clearly wasn't there for us collectively today. So we lose our first game after we dealt Charles Cross away, and I hope this isn't a trend where we are a streaky team. We open up with a 3-game losing streak, then winning the next 4, and it's the game we just saw that made me decide on taking the seller's route in this past trade deadline. We now have 11 picks in the upcoming draft, but I don't plan on using it all, and it may be used to move up for a future quarterback. We'll take a small pivot to that conversation. It's still quite early, but there are 2 quarterbacks I'm intrigued by in Cal Bird and Tyler Foster. They are both projected top 5 quarterbacks, which is why I wanted to stockpile picks just in case we do decide to pick one and need to trade up. It's still too early for us to come to a decision on which one, but I like the fact that Foster plays in the same area at Washington State, and the last name Bird as a quarterback name is just too perfect for our team. And boy, here's a plot twist. Ramon Beltran was a quarterback we could have selected in this past draft, but we opted not to because of his lack of arm strength. And it turns out we might have made a mistake on this X-Factor quarterback, but honestly, I would have done it all over again based on how poor our O-line was last year. And meanwhile, we have been hit with an injury in the front lines as Christian Haynes will miss the next 3 games due to an ab tear, so LaMea will take over for the moment. Our next matchup will be against the Indianapolis Colts and Jonathan Taylor, and we'll look to bounce back as we continue to pursue a playoff hunt. But that will be all for this episode. This will be the roster we will move forward with post the trade deadline, and I expect us to be good enough to make the playoffs, but we'll find out. Thank you guys so much for your support. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, so you can be notified for many more Seattle Seahawks franchise. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section, but for now, I hope you guys have an amazing day. I'm Monkey C, and I'm out.